What's going on, everybody? My name is Ian Walker, and I am the creator of Rising Legends Games and the creator of the Rising Legends role-playing game, tabletop role-playing game. So the reason why I'm making this YouTube video is before, if you guys have been watching my channel before, I was doing some live solo play for Rising Legends, and I'm continuing with that, and but I am going to be doing it though using my tabletop role-playing game system that I have created. The first time I did it, I ran solo play using Dungeons & Dragons 5e and created a solo play system for that. I am taking that solo play system and finally implementing that system that I created into my own tabletop role-playing game. You could still play the role-playing game with other players using the traditional DM and all of that. But role-playing, the Rising Legends role-playing game is also designed to be played solo if you do not have the capability or the time to do a role-playing session with a group. So what these YouTube videos are going to be for is this year in 2023, I plan on doing a whole lot more, and you'll be hopefully seeing my face a lot more as well. As far as Rising Legends games is concerned. And for this particular video, I'm focusing on the Rising Legends role-playing game. And in conjunction with that, something called Dungeon23. It's an abbreviation for Dungeon23, which is an art project for tabletop role players, or just role players in general. And our mission is to create a dungeon room per day for 365 days, which when combined together will become a mega dungeon. So how that works is there's 30 to 31 days in a month. Each month is a level of your 30 room dungeon. So one main dungeon for each month. So 30 rooms, one dungeon, 12 months is 12 floors of a dungeon. That's creating the full mega dungeon. And I will be playing the Rising Legends role-playing game according to what I create here in this room, in the rooms here. And how I generally like to do solo play is I use a bunch of tables and things like that. So the rooms that I create will be general, and then what that will do to allow a sense of kind of mystery as far as what's in the room is concerned. We'll be rolling the monsters and things, or the encounters in each room, and certain possibilities. So it makes it new, it makes it exciting. Even though I created the dungeon, the roles are going to determine what's in those dungeons. Okay. And my dungeons that I create are going to be made available to everyone. I do have a plan in motion for that. I also do have a storyline in store for how this mega dungeon is going to work. And so I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited as to how that's going to roll. And yeah, so that's enough with that. To start off, before getting going with rolling up the character using the Rising Legends role-playing system, I am going to let you guys know that please, if you like what you see here, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the subscribe button there, hit those notifications for when I release new videos. I'll be doing 2 videos a week. The plan is 2 videos a week. One during this Dungeon23 session, just to do the weekly recap of what dungeons I've created for 7 days. So I'll get to show off those dungeons. And then I will do another video of me doing the solo play. It'll give you guys an idea of how the Rising Legends tabletop roleplay system works in a solo way. And, you know, if I can get some people to kind of join in, if this is something you want to, I would like to do one video where I'm actually playing with a group, and I'll record that and throw that up here too, so that you guys can see how Rising Legends is played along with the group setting as well. I try my best to make this system very easy to learn, easy to grasp, and again, adding the option for solo role play really sets this apart from any other game system. Instead of having to kind of create something on your own on the fly or try to manipulate things, this is really going to help me or help you guys really see the benefits and see how solo roleplay works here. So let's go ahead and get started with the with the character creation, and then is granted, if we have enough time, I don't want to make this video too long. So we'll just go ahead and start with the character creation, and then the next video next week, we'll go ahead and begin our session 1 of that. So this is officially going to be session 0, and we're going to go from there. Okay. So I don't have any of any dice on me now. It takes very little dice to actually roll up your character doing this. So let's go ahead and get that started. All right. So if you guys can see here, I'm on Procreate right now. I'm using my iPad to roll this up. I haven't yet come up with an actual, I have come up with it, but I'm working on the format of how I want to arrange a character sheet. The Rising Legends game system, this is on an 8.5 by 11 page, but what I want to do is I do want to condense it down to half that size, because that's how big the book is going to be. And even better, if I can condense it down to a smaller size where you could take with you for portability, that would be great too. But one thing at a time. So we're going to go ahead and roll up this character here. So as you can see here, I've got the name, age, height, and race, the very important aspects of the character here. In the Rising Legends tabletop role-playing game, there are major skills, secondary skills, and then you have your aptitude skills, racial attributes, special abilities, weapons, and gear. Okay, so starting out with the major skills, we have durability, your cognition, your physicality, and your talent. Okay, so those are the major skills. You have your secondary skills, which is your endeavor, your movement, your health, and your special effects. Okay, so if we go back here, I'm kind of going through the rules here to kind of give you an idea of what each of these things are. So if you think about it, your durability, how strong are you? What is your, how resilient you are? Your cognition, how quickly you remember things, your intelligence, your mental skills. That's combination of both your, if you can go into D&D or Pathfinder, that's going to be both your wisdom and intelligence kind of put together. Your physicality is your dex, kind of going back to RPGs, it's more of your dexterity and how strong you are, your strength. So it's your dexterity and your strength kind of put together. Durability, going back to that's kind of like your constitution, how durable you are, how resilient you are. Your talent, how good you are at something. That's going to be like your charisma as well. Okay, your endeavor is a new type of skill that I added in this game. So your endeavor is how earnestly you want to do something, the desire for you to pull it off. When you have your pool of endeavor points, you could pull from that to add to your major skills in order for it to be more likely for you to succeed in a specific task. Okay. Your movement is, of course, your basic movement. how you move across the board, your health or your hit points, of course, that helps you get through. SFX is something that I got, which is special effects, kind of like a movie. Because in your mind, when you play a role-playing game, it's like you're in a movie, right? Movies have special effects. You do cool feats. You do something really neat. Every level you start with one special effect. Okay. And this is something that allows you as a player to give you choice as to how you want to take something out, take out an enemy, or if you want to do something super cool. Okay. So that is what those are. Okay. Your racial attributes. Now, those are things that are going to be unique to your character. And depending on what race you are, you're going to have advantages to your major skills or your secondary skills. All right. So those will be added, and then you write those in there. Your aptitude skills are the main focuses that your character is aiming toward. Okay. So if you're wanting to build a specific kind of character, like you want to build a warrior, you want to build a barbarian, if you want to build a ranger or an archer, an expert marksman, a sniper, you want to build a pilot, you're going to be able to choose from a list of aptitude skills that is currently being built right now to really hone in and create what you want to do. Okay, and who your character is. The way these characters work in Rising Legends is that you can create your character any way you want to be. If you want to be a mishmash of stuff, you could do that. But also, if you want to create a specific kind of character, your aptitude skills and maybe sometimes too your racial attributes are going to be really the things that you're going to look in on to really build what it is that you want. Okay, so keep that in mind. Your special abilities are another thing that kind of helps you build and hone in on what you want. You can, again, if you do mishmash of anything, you could just make it, just give yourself cool abilities if you want to. And as you go up in level, you have the opportunity to gain more special abilities. In weapons and gear, you have your weapons there. Weapons have a solid cost, a damage cost to them. And you roll a certain type of dice depending on what that weapon is. Okay. So if you have a scimitar, which is like a basic weapon, you're going to roll that specific thing. Okay. So it's very simple. And it's not going to be, unless it tells you to roll an additional dice, it's generally going to have that specific value to it. Generally, we have like like in some games, you have a 1d4 plus 4 or something like that. So, like I said, if your weapons have those abilities, you're going to put those there along with that weapon value. But you're going to only see high-end weapons having additional dice connected to them, if that is going to be the case at all. Okay. Your gear, you're going to put that in there, and of course, what your gear does, if it gives you more durability, it's going to give you things that will go towards your major and secondary skills. Okay. So again, if you are the type of player that wants to build, if you're playing in a certain kind of campaign, a superhero campaign or a grimdark campaign or a sci-fi campaign, you're going to want to pick things that are very specific to that. But I make it very easy. Whereas when you've picked those things, you set it there, you add accordingly, and you're good. Okay. So keep those things in mind. And these things will be interchangeable, as time goes on, as you improve your character and you level up. All right. So let's go ahead and get to creating this character. So the first thing is we're going to design. So there's a set group of numbers that needs to be assigned to these major skills. Okay. Again, by durability, cognition, physicality, and talent. Okay. And the numbers are 6, 7, 8, and 10. All right. So So I'm just going to, for the sake of this video here, I'm going to go ahead, which is nice while it's digital. I'll put in red 6, 7, 8, and 10. And then we get to add an additional 6 points to distribute. Okay. You get to add 6 points to distribute here. Okay. For the secondary skills, let's see. So the secondary skills here, you're going to calculate those based on what numbers are in your major skills. Okay. So let me go ahead. Just if you want to create the character with me, feel free to follow along and do so, and do that there. So the type of character that I want to build is I kind of want to make a jack of all trades type of character. He can kind of do anything he needs to for the situation. Okay. So for durability, I'm going to go ahead and make his durability about I'm going to give that one a 7. Okay. So I do that, I'm going to scratch it off. I'm going to actually let me do this. Let me make this a new layer. All right. So give the durability a 7. We're going to give. I want him to have a very high, pretty high physicality. So I'm going to make that one 8. Talent. I'm going to give that a 6. I'm sorry, not a 6. I'm going to give that a 10. And then cognition will be 6. Okay. So now what I get to do is I have 6 additional points that I can divvy up between these 4 skills. All right. So the 4 skills here. So I'm going to go ahead and I like to, so cognition is going to be very important for me to build up again if I want to make it jack of all trades. So I'm going to add about 2 points here. I'm going to put 2 points into physicality and 2 points into durability. All right. So doing that will bring my durability score here 7, 8, 9. Make this blue for 9. Okay. The cognition 6, 7, 8 points. So we're going to make that an 8. The physicality is 10 because 8 plus 2. So make that 10. Okay. I put no points in talent because my talent is already where I want it to go. All right. So now we got 4 numbers we got to assign now to our secondary skills. Again, as I mentioned before, secondary skills are based on what points we have in our major skills. All right. So we can place any of these numbers in any of the skills. Okay. Here again. So the first one being endeavor. Endeavor is going to be calculated by adding the total of the major skills and then dividing that by 4. Okay. So I'm just going to pull out my calculator because math is not, honestly, it's not my strong suit. All right. So we're going to add the total of the major skills. So we got 9 plus 8 plus 20, which is the 10 plus 10. So 37. We divide that by 4. We have 9.25. Now anything over a 5, anything over, if it's over 5, round up. Anything under that, make it a solid number. So 9.25, since it's under that 5, that's going to be a 9. Okay. Your movement is usually the base of 5 hex squares, about 30 feet. Okay. Every square or hex on the board is going to be about 5 hexes or 25 feet. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and just put 5 there. Okay. If you have gear that allows your movement to go forward, or you have a special ability or racial attribute that makes your move go faster, of course, you'll apply that accordingly. Okay. Now, your health is going to be determined by your durability and your current level times 2. So our current level is 1. And so 1 times 2 is going to be 2. And then your durability. So my durability is 9. Since we're level 1, we do that twice. Our durability is going to be 11. Okay, so our health is going to be 11 here. With SFX or special effects, every player starts out with 1. I don't like the way that looks. So you have 1 special effect here. Okay, so for racial attributes, we have, so for humans, they have an ability called Jack of all trades. I feel like I'm doing this on the wrong way. No, I'm not. Okay. Okay. Which gives them a +1 to their cognition. Okay. And then they have and then strong-willed. Okay. Which gives them a bonus to their endeavor. So 1 endeavor. All right. And as far as they also have another ability, which is called healthy. This may change over time. So +1 to health. Okay. All right. So what I want you to do when you guys make these is just go ahead and place your numbers where they are up top. Make sure you're doing this in pencil. Place your numbers at top, and then as you go through your racial attributes and your aptitude skills and special abilities, or your aptitude skills, then you could change them accordingly. Okay. So then you have your aptitude skills. Now, this is where, again, you're kind of use whatever skills that you want to. And what Rising Legends has is it's going to start with a general list of abilities that you could use. Okay. And these will be kind of laid out in the 4 major skills. So all the skills in alphabetical order with the 4 major skills, okay, and where they belong. All right. And you put them in here as you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, so we know most human beings are considered charming. So this is going to give +2 to talent. Then I want him to be a kind of an investigator. Okay. So that's +1 to cognition. Okay. Because that's a smarts and intelligence type thing. All right. And then, let's see here. He's human. He's a jack of all trades. we're going to go with the skill of, let me see here. Let me look on here. Okay. Now, your skills can be upgraded over time. You learn more aptitude skills as you get better. And as you progress in the game. Okay. So in the first time, you start with 4 of these. Okay, give me 1 second with perceptive. So in perception, that gives you another, we'll say that that's a +1 in cognition as well. And you know what? I want him to be able to heal people. So I'm going to put medicine. Okay. And again, that's going to give him another 1 to cognition. All right. So you see where you want this to go. All right. So what that's going to do is your aptitude skills are going to allow them to learn all of these things, and these are things to start. Now your numbers can't go anywhere higher than your skills can't go anywhere up to higher than 20. Okay. So now that we have that down, you're going to have a special abilities, okay, which give you a +2 proficiency to do these abilities, okay, and a +2 proficiency. So it gives you a +2 to be able to do that skill, okay? So you automatically get added to whatever points you're pulling together to be able to do that, okay? So what I want them to do is special abilities. So Truth Seeker is the ability to pretty much extract the truth out of someone. You have a higher chance of getting the truth out of someone if he's an investigator, right? Insight, fast learner, and special abilities. You start with 3. Okay, so Truth Seeker, you're able to pull most information out of anybody. Insight, again, allows you to be more perceptive than usual. So if you imagine we take that insight, add that to the perceptive ability as that deal here, that's going to add 1 to the cognition. Okay, so you got 2 proficiency plus your 1 cognition, okay, is going to make so whenever you use that ability, you will use those numbers to that. Okay. Now, your racial attributes, these are the only ones that that are, when it comes to your cognition skills, when you use a pool of points, which is how your how your character is done, you're rolling. These are pools of points, all your major skills. The numbers you put in, they're a pool of points. Whenever your DM, or if you're playing with a group, or if you're playing solo, you decide you want to do something, of course you want to use common sense. You're going to take from this pool. Okay? And as you use your pool of points, you're going to have your pool of points here. 8, 9. I like to put tallies on the side, but if you can remember yourself on a separate sheet of paper or whatever, you could do that. But you'll subtract numbers from this pool, okay? And until you take a rest, those numbers won't be recharged, okay? Otherwise, it'll be raw rolls. Rolled up the character of Olin. If you're watching the things before, you'll remember Olin from another deal that I had. But yeah, so the next time we play, I will go into the mechanics of how to actually play the game, how the mechanics of how everything here will work, and we can get to playing. All right, and it'll be playing in the dungeons that I'm going to be rolling up, that I've rolled up and created for Dungeon23 for this year. So if you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what you saw here, as well as notifications so that you'll know when my new videos are up and ready to be viewed. Until then, I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. You take care.